Thank you for your backing on Patreon. Hi guys, you joined me at the back end of 7176 after Skipton's rally. It's a bit slow to start the day for recording really this, but we're waiting now for the paint to go on, the white paint, which is the entire back end, down the sides, down that side, it's the entire lot. Unlike what we did with the front, is we're not going to be sanding the entire bus because that's a hell of a lot of bus to sand. We're going to be doing what they tend to do in the bus companies, which is just sand the bits that need body repair. So like here, there's a bit of body repair damage there, which I've not sorted out yet. A bit on the bonnet there, bits like that. So we'll go around now, close up, and have a look at what body repair damage I've already done this morning, what needs doing still, and we're going to then remove 2 more body panels, as we've removed 2 already, possibly 3 body panels, and remove their clips. As you'll see, they are rotten, and that is another thing that we're going to be using the GoFundMe money for, is for the clips for the body panels, as we might as well do it now while the panels are off. Well, why we can get the panels off without damage. Well, at the moment it doesn't really matter if we damage them, because we scratch them and paint them anyway, where once they're white, if we missed a bit it will show up. As it is on these ones over here, which are off that side of the box. You can see where they painted it with the panel on, as you've got the white mark here, then onto the blue. You can lift it up, white at the bottom. It shows the true colours of the bus where it's not painted. So the other advantage is we'll paint the panels while they're off, and it'll be a bit easier to do as well. So let's have a look at what body repair we've got, and all the other little bits and bobs that we need to do. So I may try and get the black done today, and the black is a small area and quite easy to do. It's also a job I can do whilst I wait for the body repair stuff to dry. So let's crack on and let's have a crudity of this. It's now being filmed by hand, not on a tripod. Bang! Right, so we'll start at the front. It's red. It's very good. There's still a few minor things like up there. There's a bit of paint drip which we want to fix. We can fix that. So we've got a bit of sanding to do around here, because this isn't proper paint. It is proper paint, but it's not, if you know what I mean. So that needs to be just sanded off. Obviously the decals need removing. We had a bit of body damage here. I've started to repair it. It just needs a bit of filler. This panel is going to be coming off. This is going to be filled in, bent straight and all that. Same with the panel next to it, that's going to be the same. It's going to be sorted out. We've got a massive dent here. That's where it was white. If you look on, if you look on the Farewell 168 pictures, that's white, that gap there. And then this body damage here is me trying to get in the shed one day. Then just around the flat, which is easy, no issues to take care of. Again, around the wheel arch we had a bit of body damage here that we patched up, so that's just been sanded off so it's a smooth paint. Around the wheel there's again the emergency exit, where in emergency pull this handle to open, because we can't work that out in this day and age. That's been repaired. This paint here was chipping, so it got painted when we was at the yard. So that's now been sanded down, so that will look the part. We've got the A-line of Coventry to get rid of up there, but that should just sand straight off. We've got a bit of body panel damage on this panel here, around here, which was me. I forgot the panel was open and ripped it off nearly. I've just got a bit of sanding to do here, which is where you can see, if I can get it, you can see the 2 different blues. Because that's different paint, so we'll just sand that down just so it looks the part. Here, I was going to put a bit more fiberglass on, but I think just a quick sand, and that'll work well. Moving around to the back, we've got a bit of body damage here, bit here, Obviously that needs doing where the letters were. That needs to be black, I think. The bodywork at the back here is not too bad. Moving down, it's still not too bad. It's a bit bent in if you have a look, but it's old, it's probably had an impact or two at the back. All that's fine, there's no issues. This matrix board, unfortunately, as much as people do like it, it's going to have to come out the back window, because I don't know if you'll see that on the camera, but you can see the word Dundee written here and the word National Express written there. That is also a good way for me to get my letter height, so I can produce the letters for the back window. Moving down, we've got a bit of body damage on the bonnet here. I'm not too sure how we're going to sort this out, probably just bash it. Same down in this corner, it's where the four corners meet. This corner's already had quite a good bashing. Down here it's had a bashing, but it's not quite finished yet, but I've sanded some of it down, again where the letters were. The rear bumper's got a dent in it, but we'll ignore that. That needs buffing out there as well as there, and all this is here is where the clips are, so that's rubbed away. Where that's bent instead. But again, you can see the old stuff on it, which will be disappearing. And then we're going to come round to battered corner. Cheers, we've got some body damage there, that's just been repaired. So there was a hole in the bodywork there which has been filled in. There's a hole in the bodywork here which has been filled in. Moving down, we've got more bodywork damage. This just needs filling in now, which I'll do. Same with that little bit there. That was just a different shade of paint, so that's just been sanded out. And this is the big bodywork repair damage, which was a massive crack in this fiberglass here, and a massive crack in that one there, as well as a few holes as long as it went. This was where they've obviously hit something and then it's bent out, so that's been smashed back with a hammer and then filled so it looks one piece. Moving down, we've got a slight dent there which will be repaired. I'll do that in a minute. Again, the wheel arch will need its sanding coat, which it's had done. There was more bodywork damage by me there, by mistake, and then decals there as well, which need to come off. As far as the black's going, it's all the black that's in the middle, so that's why I'm thinking I might be able to get crack on and get that done today. As there's not much that needs doing for that, a lot of it's just hand sanding some of the bumps out, and then that will be that the entire way, because it's only around the windows. So yeah, so that is the plan. So we're going to get on, we're going to now remove these two body panels at least, and the radiator panel, because the radiator panel I want to do properly. Because if you look at a lot of buses when they've been painted, it annoys me, you can see the old livery on the radiator where the paint doesn't get in between. So we're going to try and stop that as best as we can. So it's going to be this panel and this panel that we're going to remove, which sort of makes my lock on my fuel quite pointless. We might remove this panel because we need to get to the latches which hold these two on, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we'll go from there. So, excuse the hiccups, right. So this panel held on with bolts, which could mean anything. So I believe that they are the 13 mils, which is what I expected. That's what I already had on. And that one definitely does as well. So we need the 13mm spanner, which is my yellow spanner. And then play the feeling game because the bus isn't up on air. Because the bus has been sat here since Saturday and it's empty now. Bit of the feeling game. I think that's on one. It is. There's the bolt. These bolts need changing because they can't have sharp edges on the outside. So it makes the top one a bit easier to get to. But not because there's a fuel tank in the way. There we go. So that one out. And then the panel. Wiggle wiggle. Yeah. So there's one fuel tank. We've got bolts on them. Well, they're supposed to. That one didn't. Turns out these are really easy to get off. Which wasn't supposed to be the case. Next one's along! You've got to be careful with it, because the aluminium, if you're in America, panels corrode where the screws are. You've got to be careful. These are a bit easier to get to because there isn't a fuel tank in the way. Do you know they'll come in here? I thought it was been painting it. Not making his bus into pieces. And that's blue behind there because that's where Keane painted. So this one has got this massive dent in it here. It's them that we're looking to get off. Because a lot of them are cracked or damaged. This one here is so well into the bodywork that you can move it like that. So this one should, he says, should come out with it. It's loosened off. This one they've put a little screw on the little nut on the other side of it because it obviously stops self-tapping in. But as you can see, they've got bring that closer. Each one of these should have a self-tapper in them, so you can screw straight in without the nuts on the other side. Don't think I've got any that have that left on here. Oh yes I do. I'll show you that one just over there in a second because that's still got it on. But as you can see, they've riveted these in. If we look really close, you can see that that one is split where they've riveted it in. So unfortunately these need replacing. And as I say, we might as well do it now while the body works off. I can get these quite quickly. Probably next week they can go back on. Now this one's going to take a little bit more of an ingenious solution. So guys, removing this panel became quite fun. That was all rotted. Needed an angle grinder to take one of them bolts off, which is still in, which I'll drill out in a minute. But yeah, this is none of this is supposed to be here. We're going to get rid of all that. And this was the bracket at the bottom, which was holding the bodywork on. It's corroded to buggery. I've taken none of them screws out and they're still in there. I've got the body panel off without damaging it too much. However, the body panel has corroded away as well at the bottom. So I might need a new body panel, which unfortunately eats at the GoFundMe quite a bit. Don't think they're that cheap, these panels. I have to get a new one now, I think, because that one is knackered. So I'm going to brush all this off, and then we'll go from there. We'll get the brushing. So we'll start off with a simple brush like this. Now this is one of them panels where you like, wish I'd never taken it off.
That's a lie.